perfect. Mine, I couldn't ask for anybody else. This is my portion in this lifetime until we get the kingdom. This is my portion. This is my wife. This is who I want. This is who I went after. This is who I went searching for. And your wife is given to you from the beginning. You get what I'm saying? Look at Adam. Adam's rib came out of him, and he named his wife Eve. So just like he named and he taught his wife, he put into her the spirit, the light. Because, you know, Adam did teach Eve the right things. It's just that Eve went off. You feel what I'm saying? She strayed away from what Adam had taught her. Adam did teach her the right way. He was a good leader. That's another mystery that some of y'all don't know. Adam was a good leader. So a lot of women like to say that Adam wasn't a good leader. He was a good leader. He just got off the beaten path, so to speak, because Eve learned something totally different that he had never learned before. And him just putting his trust in the woman, that's where he made his mistake. Putting his trust in the woman to teach him. That's why the scriptures say, a woman better not teach in these churches. Now she can prophesy. She can prophesy because, like I said, we had prophetess, but she can't teach a congregation. She should not be teaching the congregation. That's madness. That's confusion. You get what I'm saying? And Eve came back trying to teach Adam, you know, what she had learned, through the whole brother out of whack, bro. You know what I'm saying? Messed his whole day up. Not just his day, but his life. He had to work now, bro. You was in the garden living good. Getting to that money, you know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? Now he have to work for all the days of his life, so as his sons, so do we. You know what I'm saying? It's saved by the sweat of our brow. We gotta work, so we gotta put our hand to the plow. You know what I'm saying? So, a good wife is a good portion which shall be given, you know, to the man that fears the Lord. So when you jump over to verse 23, it says a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Again, they're saying a good woman is given to a man that fears the Lord. It goes back to, you got to have that fear of the Lord, man. If the Most High tell you to jump, you got to jump. And it's a reason why the Father's saying jump. That's why Christ said, come like a child. Your father say, take the trash out. What you going to say? You take the trash out, or I'm going to take it out when I feel like it? No. You tell your father, I'm going to take it out right now, sir. I got it, sir. I got you. No problem. No problem. Matter of fact, is there a special time you want me to get this trash out of this house before a certain time each night? You know, how should I do it? You know, learn your father's ways so that you can get more closer to him. You know, learn the Most High's ways. Fear him. You know, but a wicked woman is going to be given to the portion of a wicked man. That's just how it is. Opposites do not attract. Opposites do not attract. Get that out of your head. Magnets attract. You're not a magnet. You're a human being with a spirit, with a soul. A wicked woman is given to a wicked man. How can two walk together except they be agreed? Amos 3:3. It always goes back to that. Excuse me, y'all. I got to blow my nose real quick. Oh, let me see. All right, so now we on how, if you're a brother out there dealing with these sisters, now we're dealing with what the brother was talking about earlier in his video, providing for your family. That's a blessing to have a family to provide for. Why wouldn't you want to provide for your family? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's being a man. Like, you don't want to be a man. I don't understand that. You want to provide for your family. You want to be a king, bro. Get right. Come on, y'all. Get right. What's wrong with y'all brothers, man? 1 Timothy 5:8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and it's worse than an infidel. So throughout the whole Bible, you'll see a constant pattern. The Most High wants his sons to be men. He wants his sons to be men. Provide, bro. You a king. A king provides everything. You a king, bro. Provide. Let's see what the word infidel means so we can get a better understanding on it. Infidel, a person who does not believe in religion or adheres to a religion other than one's own. A crusade against infidels and heretics. Adhering to a religion other than one's own. So you don't believe in the faith. You're worse than an infidel if you don't provide for your own house. You don't believe in the faith of God. And I don't care what religion. If you read the Bible, if you believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you worse than an infidel. But the thing is, you just don't believe, bro. You don't believe. And like I said, sometimes, you know, we might be in a marriage and we might lose our job, but get back on the horse. Find another job. Find another job. And here's what another thing you do. One thing we got to learn about our generation is that our generation is different from our parents' generation. In our parents' generation, in the 90s, they could have one job. The wife had one job, the husband had one job. And we had 3 children, and we had a nice house, and we lived in the suburbs. It's not the 90s no more, bro. This is our generation's economy. As a man, being the head of a house, you got to have 2 jobs. Now, whether that first job is a 9 to 5 and the second job is a 9 to 5, that's up to you. But the second job can be your own business. You need to have multiple streams of income, bro. That's just the way the economy is going right now. If you don't know that, you way behind the 8 ball, and you thinking like back in our parents' generation. You got to have multiple streams of income. You have your 9 to 5, and then you have other businesses that you create. You know what I'm saying? Stay above water, man. And not just stay above water, but fly. Let's fly. Let's just start saying we finna fly. That's what I'm going to start saying, because I know when Christ returns, I'm going to fly. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get our mind that we keeping our head above water. Keeping our head above water. Nah, we ain't doing that anymore. Them days over and done with. If we keeping our head above water, that means we in the mindset that we are inferior to the so-called white man, that we should be below these so-called Africans that still hold over our head that we have no culture, and they do. We are keeping our heads above water, saying that we're inferior to these Chinese, to these so-called Spaniards that took over our Latino brothers and sisters, these Europeans that came and took over our Native American brothers and sisters. We're saying that we're inferior to them if we just trying to keep our head above water. We ain't keeping our head above water no more. We want the whole thing. We want everything. And I'm coming back for everything. I want to be a king again. You get what I'm saying? I want to sit on my throne. I want to be in my palace. And that's just the way it is. I'm coming for everything. Let's see. You got to provide for your family, man. You just got to be a king about yours, man. It's about king business right now. You got to provide for your family. You get what I'm saying? You provide for your family. Your wife, she going to look at you different. She going to be like, oh, yeah, he handling his business. I can believe in everything he say. I can follow his lead because he handling his business. He's standing out there on faith. He believing in the Most High God. And because God is holding him up, I know God will hold me up too. So I'm following right behind my man. That's how these sisters will follow you if you believe in the Father and you keep your faith in Christ and you put your hand to the plow and you be about your Father's business. You feel what I'm saying? Marriage is honorable in all things. Let's see. I love that scripture because it lets us know that no matter what nobody say about you, let's just say you having kids, right? Sometimes it might not be the right time for you to have kids, but God told you to be fruitful and multiply. So it's always the right time to have kids, because these kids are not essentially for us. They're for us to enjoy, but they're for the Most High's purpose and will for him to use these spirits. You feel what I'm saying? Because the earth, things have to move. Politics have to move. Things have to change. And the only way we change that is we bring more righteous children into the world. So, that goes under the fact that marriage is honorable in all. There's nothing wicked that you can do in marriage as long as you don't step outside and cheat on your husband or your wife. Hebrews chapter 13:4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. As long as it's husband and wife, the bed is undefiled. We don't do that man on man, women on women. I don't care who you is. We don't do that. You get what I'm saying? We're going to do this thing right. We're going to get it back right, y'all. We're going to get this kingdom. We're going to get back right, y'all. We're going to get back right. Don't let these Democrats out here tell you that if you vote for me, you black. But, oh, yeah, on the backside of things, you're going to vote for these LGBTQs, too. You're going to vote for these men sleeping with men and these women sleeping with. Nah, we ain't doing that, bro. I feel you on the Democrat stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not really. I don't feel you on none of it. Me personally, I don't feel you on the Democrat or the Republican stuff, because all that is just a double-edged sword anyway. They got you in the trick bag. But anyway, I feel you with the Democrat stuff because you're trying to keep our people together and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, y'all miss me with all that homosexuality stuff, man. I don't want to be a part of that. That's why I say I'm good. Y'all can have it. Y'all can keep that. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. You want to be out there whoring and stuff like that. You want to be out there in the streets past 3 o'clock in the morning in the clubs, whoring and adultering, sleeping with other men's wives, sleeping with other wives' husbands and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to cheat on your wife. You want to cheat on your husband. You can't rock like that. You can't rock like that. You want to go out there, what they call it, having sex for lunch or dinner or something like that. There's some sisters that actually do that. They go around, they're like serial daters or something, and they get a free meal, and they sleep with the dude, and then they go on to the man. Come on, y'all, let's get our morals back in place, bro. Integrity, honor. Let's live with some respect, bro. Because we are the original people. We did not start out like this. When we was created, we were humble, we were courageous, we were compassionate for each other, we loved each other, and we had respect for ourselves and one another. We got to get back to that, and we will, by any means necessary. Tell them I said that. But marriage is honorable and all, y'all. And let's go to Proverbs. I want to show y'all about cheating. Proverbs 7:5-27. Proverbs. Let me see. Okay, we had a good time. Go to Proverbs. Chapter 7. Verse 5-27. I don't know where I'm getting these from. Proverbs chapter 7. Oh, chapter 7 verse. Okay, I'm good. Chapter 7 verse 5-27. Verse 5. That they may keep thee from the strange women. So, brothers, stay away from the strange woman. If she don't belong to you, stay away from her, bro. From the stranger which flattereth with her words. For at the window of my house I look through my casement, and behold, among the simple ones I discern among the youths a young man void of understanding, bro. You don't understand nothing if you're dealing with a strange woman that don't belong to you. You don't understand anything, because anything could come upon you, bro. You could be set up. Anything could come upon you. Use wisdom, bro. Use wisdom. Passing through the streets near her corner, and he went the way to her house. Look at you, bro. You caught slipping. Got your pants down to her house, bro. You ain't right. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. That's when things go down at night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot. A harlot is a whore, and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Y'all know them loud women. Them loud women that like to dress a certain type of way and show everything off. You know what I'm saying? She ain't modest at all in her personality or her attire. Y'all know them. Stay away from them, man. That's the Bible telling you, use wisdom. Stay away from her. Now is she without, now in the streets. She's without understanding. She's without being discreet. You see what I'm saying? And lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him like a black widow she caught him. And with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. Let's skip on down. He had taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. Sound like he paying for that thing. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. So she's very seductive, brothers. She's very seductive. Be careful about these sisters. He goeth after her straightway. And sisters, you got to be careful. This goes double fold. Sisters, you got to be careful for them brothers that got that smooth tongue, you know what I'm saying? And what I mean by smooth tongue, the tongue that can flatter you, the tongue that can get you off your game and really confuse you at times. You know what I'm saying? It's a song out there. It's about a young sister talking to a pimp and she lose her way. It's like, oh, Livy. To grandmother's house, a wolf in lamb's clothing came, blew her mind and changed her ways, and now she's turned out, lost and turned. Oh, hey, that thing's smooth, but hey, it's a true story though. A lot of women, they get turned away because they hear smooth words from these brothers and they get lost and turned out. You was a good sister. You was a good sister before. But then somewhere a brother whispered in your ear and you got lost and turned out. Come back home, sister. Come back home. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks. To a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasted to the snare, and knoweth that not that it is for his life. Her house is the way to hell. Verse 27, her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Bro, if that don't wake you up to become wise in this truth and how you deal with these sisters from now on, nothing will. Not until you become trapped with a child, not until you become trapped with 18 years of payments, not till you become trapped with a disease, not till you become trapped with some of these sisters put charges on you and cause you to go to jail. Bruh, stop being stupid, bruh. The signs are there when you're dealing with these women. The signs are there. We just don't want to see it because we love playing these games and we think that it's fun dealing with these wicked women, but it's not. Because you're going to have, sometimes you might have a lifetime worth of pain, you know, when you're trying to get a job and you done got caught on some BS charge of aggravated assault or some stupid like that. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes the cops can get called out and you ain't even touched the woman. You know what I'm saying? But you might still go to jail just because y'all argued. You know, so you got to be careful, man. Her house is the way to hell. Her house, get out of there. Get out, bruh. Get out, bruh. Hey, but look, we're going to go to Proverbs 5:14. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 14 through 19. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 14 through 19. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Why was this brother almost in all evil? Because he was dealing with another man's wife. Now, this is about a brother dealing with another man's wife. You know you wrong, bro. Don't deal with another man's wife, bro. That ain't what you do. Who else we know dealt with another man's wife? Was it King David? Was it the mighty King David? Yeah, man. Even the mightiest, man, can fall at times. Even the mightiest can fall at times. That's your bishops, that's your deacons, that's your captains, that's your officers, that's your soldiers. Anybody. The mighty can fall sometimes. But it's okay. As long as you repent, you good. You good with a G-O-D. You know what I'm saying? But I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine own cistern. So drink the waters from your own cistern. That means have sex with the woman in your own house. Don't go to somebody else's house and have sex, bro. Don't do that. And running waters out of thine own well. Let the fountains be dispersed abroad and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own. Let it be your own wife and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed. Bruh, marriage is honorable in all. Hebrews 13:4. Let your fountain be blessed. And rejoice with the wife of thy youth. You rejoice with the wife of your youth, you're going to be blessed in all your days. You're going to be happy all the time, man. Let's go to Genesis 1:28. And let's see what's the reason why we want to let that brother know, hey, it's not slavery that you with this woman. It's not slavery that you're taking care of your kids. The whole point of this, the whole point is so that we bring about children that is useful for the Most High to use in his discretion, you know, to bring about the kingdom to, you know, in our old age, they can avenge us against our enemies. You know, that's what it's about. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Be fruitful and multiply. You can't plug this into another plug. You can't plug this into another plug. This don't work. Nothing comes from this. Nothing good comes from this. You're just going to be doing this all day. You're just going to be doing this all day. Nothing good comes from that. A plug has to go into an outlet. The seed has to be planted into the earth. You can't put two seeds together and grow something from it. The seed has to be planted into the earth. You get what I'm saying? The farmer has to put the seed into Mother Earth. You get it? It's simple science. It's simple mathematics. It's simple nature. It's common sense. You see what I'm saying? Be fruitful and multiply. Now, brothers, here's another thing. You want a woman that's a virgin. Sisters, you want a man that's a virgin. Reason being, I just told y'all earlier, this thing is spiritual. It's like you enter into a whole nother realm of heaven when you have sex with the one you're supposed to be with. With the one you're not supposed to be with, it's just pleasurable. It just feels good. But when you're with the one you're supposed to be with, you learn things about each other. You learn things about yourself. You learn things about the earth. The room shifts a little bit. You feel good. You feel peace. You feel at ease. You don't worry about anything. Am I pregnant? Did I get her pregnant? You don't worry about anything. Everything is what it should be. Heaven. When you have sex with the right person. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to go to the tokens of virginity. Deuteronomy 22, 13 through 15. So this is what was some of our customs back in the day with our forefathers and foremothers when they would get married. They would use the tokens of virginity custom to show that the woman was still a virgin. If any man, Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 13, if any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her and give occasions of speech against her. So let's just say you sleep with a woman and you like, treat you ain't no virgin. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you make a baby with her and it's the first time she done ever slept with you. And her daddy like, nah, Negro, you gonna pay these 18 years for this child. You like, man, she done slept with all these different dudes, but she a virgin though. This is what it says. And say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. You saying that you believe she a hoe, but she ain't really no hoe. Then shall the father, and the word whore is in the Bible. I'm not cursing or anything like that. The word whore is in the Bible. I don't mean to offend anyone, but the word whore, whoremonger, whore is in the Bible. I'm using words that's in the Bible. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. So, what the tokens of virginity is to describe that would be when the husband and the wife, once they got married, they would go into the wedding chamber, right? There would be a white sheet for the wife to lay on. As soon as you have sex, you know what happens when a virgin female has sex. She starts to bleed everywhere. So if she bleeds on that sheet, and then when they're done in the wedding chamber, they show everybody that the sheets is her token of virginity, meaning now she can give it to her father, and her father can always keep that stored away just in case her husband ever accused her of cheating on him. The father can say, no, look, my daughter is pure. She's pure. This is her blood on this sheet right here. That's what we used to practice back in the day. If we can ever get back to those practices, life would be so much easier. It'd be so much simpler. We will cut out all the confusion, because you know God is not the author of confusion. But that was the tokens of virginity. And that was the reason why, you know, we practice virginity, to cut the confusion out of saying, you know, my daughter is a virgin, or for a brother to tell somebody that his woman was not a virgin. To cut out all that confusion, all she had to do was show she had tokens of virginity. She had blood on them blankets, and she would be brought innocent before everybody. So let's understand something about marriage now. What's the point? What's the purpose of all this? Of course, we said to bring about children. You know what I'm saying? And another reason for this is Mark 10 verse 8. Here's what Christ said. And they twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. Now, I've taught my wife about this scripture. We are no more twain, but one flesh. In one sense, that means that whatever problems you and your wife deal with is between you two. Your extended family, which is your mother, father, sister, brother, cousins, aunties, uncles, grandparents, they're not involved in what your marriage is. You can always work out your issues together. Me and my wife, we probably had so many issues our parents don't know nothing about. Our cousins and family don't know nothing about, because we never yell at each other. Me and my wife don't really have arguments. We have disagreements where we don't necessarily agree all the time with each other, but we solve those disagreements either by the end of the day or the next day. So we're like a team. We're really like a team. We run everything like a team. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, y'all got to understand, y'all can't be the alpha in a relationship. Y'all can't be the captain. When you have somebody flying a plane, there's a captain and there's a co-captain. There's a pilot and there's a co-pilot. The pilot or the captain is the one calling all the shots. The co-pilot or the co-captain is the one that backs him up. You get what I'm saying? On a team, you have captains, but there's the captain, and then there's the other captain that backs him up. You don't have two heads. You don't have a president, and then you have another president. There's a president, and then there's a vice president. You see what I'm saying? There's a head, and then there's an assistant. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that we are the heads of the house. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 shows you what that order is, which is God, and then the head of God is Christ. The head of Christ, God is the head of Christ. The head of man is Christ. And then the head of the woman is man. You get what I'm saying? So it's God, Christ, man, and then the woman. So it's the woman at the bottom. The head of the woman is the man. The head of man is Christ. And the head of Christ is God. It's in that order. That's how 1 Corinthians chapter 11 describes it. And you can't break that order, sisters. You can't break that order. That's just how it is. That's the way God set it up. Argue with God. Don't argue with me. Conversation closed. All right.